just stellar fashion. It's all good.
And you mentioned Mazama winning the toss. The captains that won the toss for Mazama, Tyson Van Gastel, the quarterback, along with Jack Kafring, Ryan Murdoch, and Armando Galindo, the four that were at midfield for Mazama to take over the toss. Be a false start. Actually, it's going to be a man in the neutral zone. So it looked like Mazama jumped, and Marist is saying that they saw that too. I thought I saw the Mazama player jump on the line, but someone in the neutral zone.
But since I'm a Mazama homer, I said nothing.
It'll set up a fresh set of downs for the Vikings. First and 10 from the 41-yard line. Van Gastel under center. He'll take the snap and hand it off up the middle. It's the fullback who breaks the tackle and has some space. He's wrestled down by the last man in the defensive secondary. It's Cash Andrews who was able to finally make the tackle
on
Christopher Baldwin.
You betcha. And he's got some wheels. He's not the biggest guy on the field, but he puts his head down, knocks a couple through, and he knows how to churn.
So with this jumbo formation, David, it's almost like a Navy midshipman type of offense, if you're familiar with the collegiate game.
Exactly. Well spoken. There's some big buddies out there.
And it's not just a triple option. It's about utilizing all of the skill position players towards the line in order to spread out the defense horizontally and try to find some space in the line. Once again, lined up in that same formation under center. Van Gastel takes the snap, handoff to the fullback, and after a gain of about 3, the Spartan defense able to stack up the rusher, Brody Norlock, for a gain of about 2 or 3 to set up 2nd and 7. 9:20 left to go in the first quarter here, the opening drive for Mazama. They started on the 30-yard line. Penalty helped them move the chains, and now they've pretty much only run the football in this ball game.
Mazama modus of operandi. You know, it's second down, 7 yards. That's kind of what they do. Pick up a few, get the first down, pick up a few, and score.
4 tight to the line for Mazama. It'll be a handoff once again to the fullback who gets to the first down chains. A gain of 8 moves the sticks for Baldwin once again.
Christopher gets another first down for the Vikings.
Now at the 24-yard line is Mazama, knocking on the doorstep of the red zone. It was a Marist team that on the very first play got push up front, but it's been Mazama who's found the holes in the defensive line since.
And if you're watching on Table Rock Sports, you have probably noticed that there's some sort of cowboy theme tonight as all the students walk by the camera. And I should have brought my hat.
Giddy up.
Yeah, baby.
First and 10 from the 24-yard line. Van Gastel, handoff up the middle. The fullback carries 2 defenders inside the red zone. It's a gain of 6 to the 19-yard line. The other fullback, Brody Norlock. So we'll see Christopher Baldwin and Brody Norlock both lined up in that sort of wing-back, H-back position at times, and they've both gotten handoffs early.
And they're both very competent at what they do. The conditioning of Mazama's offensive squad is second to none, and they'll continue to pound the rock up the middle.
2nd and 5, pitch out to the left side, a broken tackle in the backfield, but the defense swarms to the ball carrier. Gunnar Mahon brought down in the backfield after a strong tackle by Brady Bidwell.
I think he just got to the line of scrimmage. I don't think he lost anything, but he definitely didn't go anywhere.
3rd and 5 from the 20-yard line is what they'll call it. Maybe 3rd and 6. They need to get just past the 15-yard line for a first down. Before or after the game is a great time to visit Dutch Bros and enjoy your favorite beverage. September is a Buck for Kids month at Dutch Bros, where $1 of every purchase goes to local youth organizations in our communities. Under 7 minutes ago now in the first quarter, 3rd and 6 on the doorstep of the red zone for Mazama. Van Gastel rolling out right side. He's going to throw for the first time today. Dumps it off on the out route, and a sliding grab is not to be. It hit the turf first, as it looks like Kai Hunt had it, but couldn't quite reel it in. It's 4th and 6 now for the Vikings.
Brings up a 4th down from Mazama. Make some noise for your defense.
Offense looks like they're going to stay on the field. It would be a 37-yard field goal, a little bit long for the high school distances, and it looks like they're going to stick with the offense that has been moving the ball today, but Marist now providing a stand as they're deep in their territory, bending, but have a 4th down force, trying not to break. And now a timeout for Mazama, and it looked like they were spending a little bit extra time in the huddle, and it will force a timeout for Vic Lease and his squad. We will send it to a quick break for the timeout. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, 0-0 between Marist and Mazama. John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene will be right back. Back here live at Marist Catholic, 4th and 6 for Mazama, trying to convert. It'll be Van Gastel to roll out right side, trying to get the edge. He's going to tuck it and run himself. He needs to get to the 15, got very close to the marker, and he'll move the chains. He got to the 14, maybe the 13-yard line. 4th and 6 pickup for the road team.
Well, we'll take that for sure. Van Gastel using his wheels to pick up the first down. There was some movement by the defensive line that the Zebras didn't catch, but we'll take the first down.
Now it'll be a fresh set of downs inside of the red zone at the 14-yard line. Need to get to the 4 to reset the chains. 1st and 10 for Van Gastel and the Viking offense. QB sneak on first down, unconventional, but they're still moving the pile inside the 15 and inside the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. A gain of about 6 on the play for Van Gastel.
The rugby scrum that is the Mazama push.
Inside 6 minutes now in the first quarter. Two eligible receivers out to the right. Van Gastel fakes a handoff, and he will give it up the middle. It's Christopher Baldwin muscling his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Touchdown, Mazama.
The Vikings strike first.
Awesome.
6-0 Mazama in front.
And Marist did a good job throughout that drive. We're fairly predictable, but it's a headbutting situation, and our heads won this one.
Mazama will kick for the point after. It'll be Jonathan Leighton who will kick and split the uprights to make it 7-0 Mazama after the first drive. That's the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. John L. Scott of Medford, Ashland, and Eugene. You're listening on Table Rock Sports and on KFLS 102.5 and 1450. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be right back for Marist's drive on offense when we come back.
It takes meticulous planning.
Back here at Marist, where the kickoff is received right by the goal line. Juking out to the left side to the 30. Tight roping the sideline, pushed out just inside the 40-yard line. Marist, Dennis Jackson Jr. with a big-time return.
That was a great
set up the
return.
Spartans.
He fielded that ball like the 4-yard line and danced down the sideline, almost broke it.
Nick Hudson, the quarterback for Marist, in the shotgun. Spread formation with two receivers each side. He'll take the snap, handoff up the middle, broken arm tackle, and into the second level before he's ripped down is going to be the running back, Aiden Hazen. Actually, it was Aiden Hazen. Aiden Hazen, who was the running back who got the first down, and now at midfield is going to be Marist.
Well, so far Marist is in control of this. Mazama reacting.
1st and 10,
Another
fade
man.
route, left side, got a
Perfect.
man open at the 25-yard line, dragged down at the 20. And inside the red zone is Caden Ironbush. Ironberg brings him just on the doorstep of the red zone. Now it's 1st and 10 once again for Hudson and the offense. Takes the snap, handoff, up the middle, counterplay, has a hole into the 15, 14-yard line before he's wrestled down is the running back, Hazen. Inside 5 minutes left to go here in the first quarter.
And Marist just having their way going down the field.
It's a Marist team that only scored 7 points in last year's matchup, a 42-7 game. They've moved the ball quickly offensively. Hudson takes the snap. 2nd and 3.
Has a
Fade
man in the
route
end zone.
in the end zone, right side,
Touchdown.
jump ball, catch made. Contesting catch brought in. It's Owen Hemphill making the play. And it's 7-6.
About a 2-minute
Actually,
drive.
it's Aaron Bidwell who was the one who went up for it and made the play, the wide receiver.
About a 2-minute drive, put 6 on the board for the Spartans.
Two very different offensive styles, the ground and pound of Mazama and the spread it out, air it out of Marist early.
Entertaining football for sure.
A chance with Christian Guerrero for Marist to tie this ball game at 7 apiece here with 4:25 to go. He will split the uprights, and we are quickly knotted at 7. That's the score between Marist and Mazama on the John L. Scott scoreboard. You're listening on Table Rock Sports and KFLS 102.5 and 1450. Take a quick timeout. We'll be right back after this short break. Back live as the kickoff goes to Mazama. Some fumbling on the play. Marist almost hops on top of it, but unable to. It was the Vikings of Mazama and Christopher Baldwin who were able to cover up the muffed kickoff. And it will be Mazama to take over at the 24-yard line offensively.
Mazama dodged a bullet.
Absolutely did. That is a squib kick for Marist that looked like it could have been fielded easily. Mazama wasn't able to field it cleanly.
Well, the kickoff was one of those squibs, and we fair caught it at the 30. And for some reason, the ball wasn't going in and over end or anything. It looked like something would be easy to field, but it's easy to say that behind the camera.
Looks like the triple option set once again for Van Gastel in the offense. Hand off to the fullback. Going downhill past the 30 on his feet for a gain of 8 before he's finally dragged down as Brody Norlock.
Tackle made by number 18, Jackson Scott.
7-7 the score here in the first quarter with 4 minutes left to go. The second offensive drive of the ball game for the Mazama Vikings. They have exclusively run the ball in this contest. They've only had one pass attempt, and it was an incompletion. All of their yards offensively have come via the ground game. Second and 2. Van Gastel pitches it to the outside. First down and some more space before he's dragged down at the 42-yard line. A gain of about 8 for Gunnar Mahon. And that's what makes this Mazama offense so difficult is there's 3 or 4 different options that Van Gastel can hand it off to on any given play.
And everybody knows what we're going to do. It's just a matter of stopping it.
And it's hard if you're Marist, and especially a Marist defensive lineman, you want to get the push up front. But Mazama can spread you horizontally.
They react real well to that. Very well coached, the Mazama team.
First and 10 at the 42, Van Gastel, quarterback sneak, and the pile is still getting pushed all the way down to the 48-yard line. So a gain of 6. Sets up 2nd and 4 for Mazama. They ran that in the red zone on their first possession, and it got them 6 yards that time. It gets them 6 yards this time.
Tackle made by number 7.
There's also a stark difference in the pace of play between these two teams. Mazama will run a play, and they'll take a long time to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll make sure that everyone knows what they're doing on the next play. Marist offensively, they want to go. They want to tire out your defense. 2 very different philosophies in 4A football.
A great observation. It just makes for great football.
2nd and 4, handoff up the middle. Gain of 2 out to the 50 before a strong tackle.
Yeah.
Aiden Hazen bringing down the back Baldwin, and it will set up 3rd and short.
Tackle made by number 9, Brady Pickett.
The sun officially has set behind the trees
It's
that are
beautiful.
the backdrop
Just
here.
beautiful.
So it's a hidden gem here, this Kevin Teller Field here.
We're
in
talking about
Eugene.
that. Driving in, it's in the middle of a really nice neighborhood. You have no clue, and then all of a sudden, boom.
Feels like the skies open up. Sun shines on Marist and Mazama. Now inside 90 seconds of the first quarter, 3rd and 2. Handoff up the middle, a gain of 5 for
First
the
down.
Vikings. Moves the chains, and you're absolutely right. Sets up a first down. And it looks like a Spartan a little bit shaken up on the play for Marist. Can't quite identify a number. And actually, it looks like it might be Joe Thornton who is down on the play. We will take a quick timeout, and we will come back on Table Rock Sports in KFLS right after the injury timeout. We'll step aside, and we'll be right back. Back here on the campus of Marist Catholic High School, it was Brady Bidwell who was the Spartan who was shaken up on the play. He was able to walk off under his own power.
He didn't walk off. He strutted off. He's not going to let anybody think he's hurting. That's a football player.
1st and 10 with a minute left for Mazama.